When the world's gone crazy and your job's a pain and your cousin's on Facebook acting insane, just grab a seat and click on in. It's time to ride with Redneck and Jen. Redneck and Jen's live stream, where the wild meets sweet and clean. One's full of fire, the other's full of grace. They're running chat like a backwoods race. There's karma, coops, and native pride. Mods stand tall, Joe's running hide. You can be yourself, just don't be mean. At Redneck and Jen's live stream. Rednecks are roasting folks with that grin, while Jen's laying down the law with a pen. Cornbread jokes and front porch truths with a side of sass and southern roots. Redneck and Jen's live stream, where the laughter's loud and the hearts are sing. We got Lady Jen bringing southern charm, and Redneck's got that backwoods arm. So bring your tea or your Mountain Dew. We're glad to raise a toast with you. A little wide, and always king. It's Redneck and Jen's live stream. Now don't.
You know what? Let's get this going now. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yes, you have. So have I.
Hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love you to meet Jack Hatfield, the three-time great-grandson of Devil Lance. So great, they had to say it 3 times.
This is my question.
You. We're going to say you're the greatest.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
You know how Leo says it. But anyway, I just want to get stuff out and get the interview going. That's why I cut the song off early, guys. First thing is, Jack, do you know where Deb Lance's dad got the property from?
Deb Lance's father?
Yeah.
Ephraim?
Yeah.
Which property?
The whole property, or is that all Deb Lance getting all that?
It's all Deb Lance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I asked is I got my 5th-time great grandfather had over 1,000 acres from like Monroe County all the way to Logan.
Okay.
But I didn't know if it somehow got transversed into there.
It's hard to tell. There was at one point supposedly over 7,000 acres at one point. There was 5,000 in that lawsuit settlement, and then he had over 2,000 on his own before that that he had bought timbering. So it ended up being over 7,000 acres. There's a lot of land, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
you know, probably half of Logan and Mingo County were owned by him at one point. But his father, he had a home place over close to where Devil Lance originally settled. But the land that the home place is at today is where Devil Lance hid out during the feud and then settled after the feud and built the home there. And then he ended up staying there until he died on the property.
Oh, he stayed over there or stay where you're at?
Right where I'm at in Sarah Ann.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to try to dispel this myth since I have Jack here. And I know it's a myth, but I want it to come from the man himself, from the Hatfield and McCoys.
Mm-hmm.
So did the feud start over the hog trial?
No, many years prior to that. Many years prior to that. It started actually even like before the Civil War ended, honestly. The first interaction was with Bill France, who was uh, a union. I think he was a union captain, and Devilance had an interaction with him when he was a young teenager, where they were practicing, and this is from Devilance's mother, quoted from her. He was trying to learn how to be a soldier, so he was spying, watching Bill France's platoon, learn their drills and everything. So he was watching with two of his buddies, and Bill France saw them and accused them of being, Confederate spies or what have you. So they chased them down. Actually, according to her, he had three guys try to fight Devil Ants, and Devil Ants beat the crap out of all three of them. So then he had the whole platoon try to run them down. So they ran, and to make their escape, 30 some men against three teenage boys. So one of the guys that supposedly, and this is just one of the rumors, there's many of them out there, but one of the guys was supposedly Asa Harmon McCoy, the first McCoy ever killed, was supposedly one of those three men. And then after the Civil War ended, there was an incident where Devil Ants defended his platoon over on Devil's Backbone Mountain, allowing them to escape. And the supposed captain of that platoon was Bill France. And Bill France wanted revenge, so he recruited Asa Harmon McCoy to help him assassinate Devil Ants. And then they missed, so they ended up getting Bill France that day that they attempted it, but Asa Harmon got away. So then the Logan Wildcats killed him in revenge as well.
Okay, now, according to what that History Thick movie said, and what I've been reading, that Jim Vance was the one that killed Asa.
Jim Vance was part of the Logan Wildcats. Okay. And he supposedly led them that day. So, he may have, but it was really known as the Logan Wildcats was instrumental in that. But he was part of the Wildcats, and he was supposedly there that day. So it's possible.
So it was recorded during the Civil War. Because I was going to ask, did the feud actually start after Devil Ants deserted?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because at that point, he was just at his logging business, and then they tried to kill him in retaliation for his part in the Civil War.
Okay. And yeah, I know Randall was not no little wimp as they kind of portrayed him on the television.
No, not at all. No, he was just as ornery and hard-headed as Devil Ants, if not harder. But no, we had so Asa Harmon McCoy was Randall McCoy's brother,
right?
And that's the first kill of what we know as the feud, which was after the Civil War.
Okay, so that was after the Civil War, just like it said.
Well, January 17th, 1865 was the day that Asa was shot and killed.
Okay,
I don't know what day the Civil War officially ended.
I think April 15th or April 17th, something like that. Okay, somewhere in that week.
Yeah, right at close. Yeah. So there was a lot of craziness going on though during that time frame. You had, you're talking about, you're on the Tug River, which is the state line between a state that just seceded from Virginia due to the Civil War, and you're kind of on a tri-state border, but you're really dealing with Kentucky and West Virginia, two states. And you had a lot of legal battles going on. You had the Kentucky governor trying to take more land for Kentucky, trying to steal land from West Virginia. Mm-hmm. You had a lot of while Devil Ants and the others in the Logan Wildcats, it was made up of Confederate veterans. they were, out protecting or out fighting in the war, and all the communities were left, to fend for themselves. So when they got back, everything's burning. All the women and children, bad things had, been done to them. Their farms destroyed, crops destroyed. So a lot of them said, "Screw this civil war. We've got to protect our own homes."
Yeah,
Because you're right in the battlefields.
and that's,
So a lot of them deserted and went back home, and they created the Logan Wildcats militia group, or recreated it, we'll say, to protect the communities during the Civil War. So to protect the crops and their families and homes.
yeah.
So all those men who went AWOL, they joined their own militia group. Basically, is what they did.
No, and honestly, I think that's what it. If you weren't going to be in a civil war, you got to protect your home, your family, your livelihood.
Yep. God,
So, I mean,
family,
Exactly.
country, that order.
yeah,
And so, yeah, it's crazy. And then, you had the dispute over the hog, though, but that dispute was that didn't even involve Devil Anse.
no,
That was between Randall McCoy and one of Devil Anse's cousins from his great grandfather's second marriage coming down. I mean, it's a whole different DNA pool. That was with Floyd Hatfield, who was, a far distant relative of Devil Anse.
yeah, he was
And that's who the hog dispute was with. So it actually had nothing to do with Devil Anse. The pig did.
But then what? It wasn't it Judge Hatfield? Wasn't that his brother or cousin?
Judge Wall Hatfield Judge Wall, I think, presided. There's some confusion over who presided over the hog trial, because they got it wrong too. In that miniseries, they combined two different characters, actually. Oh, my thing's over here. Let's see. I don't remember if it was Wall or, yeah, it had to be Judge Wall, his brother. Yeah, probably.
I mean, I didn't know. That's what I didn't really go off the movie that much. I mean, I know from what I hear from you saying that they got a lot of it right, but some of it wrong. So I just did my own research on it.
Oh no, Valentine Wall did not preside over the hog trial. It was by Reverend Anderson, Preacher Ants Hatfield. See, that's why I get it. It's confusing.
Yeah.
There's so much of this crap and 30 years of it back and forth, you can't even keep up.
Yeah. Well, I know. I've been doing some ancestry on my on my family in Kentucky, and we come from West Virginia. But then, as I got reading into it, Dad tells me, "Well, there was a feud, and your grandfather was watching it." I'm like, "What?"
No.
No,
I mean,
there was
unless
a feud
he's
there.
150 years old, I don't know how he would have watched it.
No, because he heard it from his dad, and because his dad's dad was a kid when he was there, and I pulled it up, and it was a pretty rough little feud.
It was very rough. I mean, you had all these men who were really farmers, right?
Yeah.
And they were turned into soldiers overnight for the Civil War. It didn't even give you a uniform or gun half the time to even fight in the Civil War.
No, you had to bring your own.
And they were forced to choose a side. And then you had the same thing coming in with the feud after the fact.
Yeah.
They had to choose a side then. And then you had the coal mine wars after the feud.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy area, and it's had its struggles, to say the least.
And what was I can't, the sheriff in Matewan, what was his first name?
Sid Hatfield.
Smiling Sid, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What was he a grandson or cousin?
Actually trying, no, not at all. He again was a distant relative. So you had kind of like two groups of Hatfields. You had a group over in Kentucky, and then you had a group in West Virginia.
Okay.
So the group in Kentucky was, I'm trying to find this. Let me find this, and I can show it on. I think I can share my screen, right?
Yeah, you should be able to.
And
Yes, you can.
it will it'll make a lot of things a lot easier to understand if I can
Right.
find this file real quick.
My friend Jam says, wasn't Walt Hatfield Dove Lance's uncle?
That's why I'm trying to find. That's exactly
Okay.
that message led me to like look for this
Good one,
actually
Jam.
to try to show
It
how it breaks
is a good
down.
question.
It's actually it might be in one of my book photos because I put it in there too. But there is actually a family tree that we made to go into the books and whatnot, and it kind of breaks it down pretty well.
A little easier than trying to remember it.
If I can find that. Yeah, well, it's, I mean, it's, of course, it's on the screen.
Yeah.
And it's a physical document. And here we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. All right.
What you should be able to do is hit share a screen. And I can bring it up.
Well, I'm trying to get this thing to blow up. Number one, for let me share.
Gotta love
screen.
technology. Not
Right. Window.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share the window. That's on my quick image for the share. Okay. All right. I think I might have got it where you can see it. Can everybody see that?
I'm just waiting for it. It actually hasn't popped up yet, Jack.
Oh, okay.
I gotta click on it when it pops up for it to share.
All right.
So you hit on this little restream right here. You hit this like little computer button down there in the middle.
Yep, I did. I shared a window.
Okay, I don't know if see it up yet.
Let me see. Okay, I just tried it again.
I got it.
All right, there we go. All right,
there we go.
So this right here is Devil Ants. Okay. So Devil Ants' father was Ephraim. He was called Big Eph. Okay. His father, so Devil Ants' grandfather's name was also Valentine. And his great-grandfather was also called Ephraim, like his father. His family is not original. They use names over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, it's very hard to trace some of the stuff. So you got to be careful with like the birth dates and the death dates and where they lived and stuff. So now, Eph of all, and we call him Eph of all because he was the first Hatfield to settle in the area. Okay. He settled and died over behind the Hog Trial cabin in Kentucky, not West Virginia. So Devil Ants' great-grandfather, Eph of all, from the 1765, he had two marriages. His first marriage was to Mary Smith Goff, and they had 4 children, one of which being Valentine, who had Big Eph, who had Devil Ants. Make sense?
Yep, so far.
All right, so I come from his third son, Robert E. Lee Hatfield is where I come from.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so Robert had John, who had John Jr., who had Jackie Sr., who had Jackie Jr. me. So Ephraim, if you go back to Devil Ants' great-grandfather, so this would be my third, fourth, fifth, sixth, so my 6th great-grandfather. That's how far back you got to go. Think about that. Yeah. His second marriage was to a lady named Anna Music Bundy. Okay. They had 6 kids, one of which, Anderson Preacher Ants, who resided over the Hog Trial. Okay. Now, his descendants here, those are the ones from the Hog Trial.
Okay.
Yeah. So it definitely wouldn't be his uncle. Well, I guess it'd be more like his great uncle twice removed or something like that. I don't know. But I mean, you see what I'm saying? So To
Yeah,
me, this is
it's
a
off a
whole
lot.
different DNA pool of people. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, so this is kind of the Kentucky Hatfields,
Okay.
and 99% of the Hatfields that are there today come from this side of the family.
Okay.
So it's very rare and hard to find Hatfields from this side of the family.
Okay.
His first marriage. I hope that helps make it better.
Yeah. I
Yes.
figured it'd be harder to
Jan,
find
did
the
that
other
clear that
side.
up?
I
What's
figured it'd be
that?
harder to find the other side than find the Devil Ant side.
No, it's actually quite the other opposite side. Everybody who, um, most people who have the last name Hatfield back in the area, they'll tell you you have to go back to Eve of All to trace their connection to Devil Ants.
Hmm.
So they'd go back to Devil Ance's great grandfather, his first marriage, on down.
Okay, which is Devil Ance's mom,
Yes, Nancy.
Nancy, which is your what, sixth?
Nancy Vance and Jim Vance were brother and sister.
Okay.
So Jim Vance was Devil Ance's uncle.
Okay.
And Valentine Wall Hatfield right here was Devil Ance's brother, but he was not who presided over the hog trial. That was Anderson Preacher Ance Hatfield.
Yeah, they weren't very choosy with names.
No, not at all. They were not very inventive. That's for sure.
Not very inventive at all.
There's
That's what I was thinking of.
You know, even Devil Ants is William Anderson. There's like 5 William Andersons, you know, and there's
Yeah.
like 4 Valentines and 3 Efraims, and yeah, I mean it's crazy, you know. But I hope that helps make that a little more clear.
That helps make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's really hard to actually find anyone from, you know, the Devil Ant side of the family these days. It's mostly from, you know, Eve of All's second marriage, and you know most of those are the Hatfields that are over in Mingo County, kind of near, you know, Matewan area where Sid's from.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the Hatfields from there, and all, you know, all in Kentucky. They're from that second marriage.
I'll have to. Maybe then I'll do some digging because my family's from Rowan County, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. We have a genealogist on our board, and she can tear it up. So you might want to reach out to her. Her name's Cher.
Okay.
So she could probably help you with that.
I actually called the library in Rowan County, the genealogy there, and she sent me an email and says, "Well, I found this on them. It's 63 pages."
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
And that's
Control
from
Control F on that and find yourself and work backward. It's confusing.
Yeah, we started in Virginia at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and then went all the way through. And they started. He got land in Monroe County, and then he got more land and went all the way to Logan.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's a huge family line, huge family tree, a lot of people. You know, it's a lot to sift through, to say the least. Yeah.
So how long have you had his property, his home place?
My aunt bought it back for the family about 8 years ago. So it's been out of the family for over 100 years until about 8 years ago.
Okay. And I was listening to Leo a little bit. I think you might have said that you were thinking about maybe sometime building his home place.
Yeah, I'd love to. I've got a lot of irons in the fire that I can't really talk about at the moment. But there's, you know, we're trying to find some good investors to partner with that might be able to help with that. That house was enormous. Also, too, we're looking at opening another location in Pigeon Forge, which is actually what I'm mostly working on at the moment.
I heard
and
about that one.
yeah, that should allow me to fund a rebuild of Deadlands' home. I hope.
You gonna move into it, or just gonna be like a museum type thing?
Well, what kind of we thought we would do would be, it was 2 stories. It was massive.
Mm-hmm.
So we would leave the house that's there today. If you look at his original home, hold on, I'll pull that up and I can show that, and that will help you understand this too. But if you look at his original home, it had like 2 stories in the front and then a 1 story in the back. And I would leave the 1 story that's there today to just add on to the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna share a window again.
No problem. Share all you need to, Jack. I'm fine with that.
Well, I just figure it's probably easier to do it this way, and it's less on the bandwidth of our meeting. So it'll probably right here. So this right here is 1 story. We believe this was probably summer kitchen, to
Okay.
keep the heat out, during the summer. And right here's the well that's standing there today. So you can, the
Okay.
well is there. So I would have to rebuild this, and it was like a T. So you've got 2 stories here and then 2 stories here, which I think is about the same size here, just turned sideways. Then it goes back to the 1 story. So I would leave the 1 story home that's there today, and then I
Right.
would add this to it. And then downstairs you would have kind of the gift shop, museum, and upstairs we were thinking of doing like maybe some rentals, so you
Okay.
can actually stay at his house and stay on the property, you know.
Okay.
So that was kind of the thoughts behind it. And of course, the
Now,
bridge, is still there today.
right, as I say, now everybody, you see that right there? Everybody's always wanted one in their entire life, and he built one.
Moat.
The moat.
Yeah. So this is the moat, and it is still there. I'm working on it actually, trying
It's
to
still there
preserve
today,
what.
huh?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to preserve what is. You know what?
How's it coming?
I was going to show you. Actually, we just had a photographer come and do all these photos. So give me a second, and I'll
No problem.
pull one up here
Take your time.
and show you how to get everything. But it's very expensive, is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've had some major flooding through there. Here we go. All right. Stop this one.
Oh, how's the second bridge holding up?
And share this one. Good, actually, really good. So you can see this is this is just 3 days ago.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, so you can see the wall is still very much intact on the front side here.
On the back side.
And that photo that you're looking at, the person was standing about right here when they took that photo that we were just looking at with the bridge.
Right.
And you can see how the bridge is crumbling. I mean, all this down here is from, underneath where it's crumbled. And so I've got to try to get that under control. But what we had happen is, and see, all this new rock was just brought in by the state. So I've been working with the state to try to bring this in to protect our bank and the new bridge. So here's the new bridge that my dad built, which is amazing.
Right.
Man, it's unreal. But over here, so the moat wall continues over to about right here. And this part right here, why it looks different on top, is because I had to put in a retaining wall there because the floods come around this corner in this creek and just ate out the entire wall. So I had to build that back up with some, what do you call them, gabion baskets, and then tie it into the old historic wall. and then we still had some rock and stuff that had fell into the creek that we were able to recover, and we've cemented those back in place as well to try to tie in the old with the new
Mm-hmm.
to secure it, and then re-cement them all back in there. So it's been a lot of work.
Yeah, and everybody, that building in the background is actually the museum.
Oh yeah, that is actually the museum and the gift shop right here. And then we
Oh,
have
cool.
a moonshine steel in right here.
Yep.
I used to have a food truck here, but now it's more of a food court, and we sell food out of the gift shop.
Oh,
And
okay.
then here's the well,
There's the well. Yeah.
historic well. So we
If you
try
guys
Oh,
to keep
can
that's
it
find
like
cool.
anything out of
That's really
magnificent.
gorgeous.
yeah. The photographer did a great job. He did some
Yeah.
drone shots, everything. So we just got these, and we're going to be using them for like our website and social media posts and things. But he has some amazing footage. He really did. He did a good job.
It was a really good job.
That place is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Those
it
leaves are going to
was.
look
I mean,
awesome in the fall.
oh, that's the most beautiful time. That's when we have the most trail riders through. So right here, that house came to about right here.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, because you got to think. They had horses and buggies back then. They weren't. There wasn't a lot of room here for cars to park. So
Yeah.
you were on a horse or a horse and a buggy. So they didn't need a lot of room in the front, really. So they had a lot of room in the back. So when I rebuild it, though, it'll have to come out to probably about right here, and I'll have to close this off. I'm assuming. I don't know what to see when we get there, but it's a lot of work, a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money. You already put a lot of
Yeah,
money in that place.
Hmm.
I'm over $500,000.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that.
Oh my
between
God.
my personal funds and then the sales, that come in each year for the museum, and it all goes back in the property plus more out of my pocket. So it's
Oh,
a lot
Yeah,
of work.
and
jeez.
some of the gift shop stuff in there, Jack. Every time he goes in there and starts looking at them, I start laughing.
Leo.
Yes, every time Leo goes in there, I start laughing because I know what's
He's
going to happen. He's
not.
going to find something crazy. But
See, JM, that place would be amazing as a B&B, and you could do corporate and team building events there to help coworkers learn to get along from side. I have actually thought about that. My aunt and I had a big dream to also develop the adjoining property, which was his farm. So you've got the home place, the farm, and then the cemetery.
right,
The farm we actually do not have ownership of, unfortunately, and
is that your troll?
the guy is being ridiculous when it comes to what he wants for the property. It's just insane.
Well,
And
he knows what it is. That's why.
well, it was a farm,
Mm-hmm.
not his home, So I'm just saying it ain't worth what he thinks it's worth. So he he's being ridiculous on the price, but we would actually love to build a whole village through there. So it'd be like a Hatfield McCoy themed village, and you'd even have like Jan mentioned with the meeting spaces. I
Mm-hmm.
even had like a wedding chapel built into it and everything. It's crazy to see it. Yeah,
Oh, that'd be cool. That would be cool.
yeah. Growing up at Hatfield, what does the family name mean to you personally? Well, it means a lot. So much that I just got it on my new license plate.
Hatfield.
I'm very
That's
defensive of my
awesome.
name. I had to leave the E out though, so it says Hatfel. Or let's see, I left the I out. Yeah, I think I left the I out. So I think it's Hatfild. I think is what it is. Something like that. But it
Did
means
you
a
ever
lot
get like
actually.
No, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. You're good. I was just answering her question.
Now, did you ever get asked a lot about it in school and stuff?
No, not
About all
so
of
back
it?
home the name Hatfield is so common that, everybody and their mother has it back there, but they're again from those other lines. So it's hard to trace all that back. But no, I never really growing up there. We didn't have the trail system then. The mini series wasn't out, so there wasn't a lot of focus on it back then, like there is today. Kind of renewed interest in it, I guess we'll say. There was a lot of interest in the 50s, 40s, and 50s, and then again in the 80s, and then of course now the early 2000s. And I never really experienced or even thought about it at all until I was 18 and I went to vote, and I had lived in Roanoke, Virginia at the time. So I went to vote for the first time, and there was two older ladies like checking people in, and I handed them my ID, and they went nuts. And they're like, Hatfield is in Devillands, Hatfield. I'm like, yeah, he's my great grandfather, and they're like, what? And they went bazonkers and was toting me all around the voting polls, and I'm just trying to learn how to vote for the first time. So that was the first time I realized that anybody even knew the name besides people back home. I didn't, so actually when I leave home is when I get the oh my God. At home is nothing.
So was the second was that the second tree they signed in 03, 2003, or was that the first one?
It's really the first one. I mean, there's some talks about, oh, there was a handshake and all that. Well, that's great, but a handshake is not an agreement on paper. It's not, putting ink to it to your name. So they there's controversy over that, but to me, it is the first agreement because it was done, for real with, in agreements with signatures and people putting their name behind it. But again, too, there's also some Hatfields that come in and say, "Oh, well, I didn't agree to that," and
There's
you
always
get
going to
different
be
things.
some of them.
There's always going to be that one, right?
Right.
More like that 100, but yeah.
Yeah. More like the 1,000.
Yeah, and I've actually tried to do work with the local schools and everything. I know Jan was talking about school tours and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I've actually tried working with the schools and everything to bring in tours and whatnot, and I don't seem to have a lot of interest locally, which is crazy to me.
Well, see, that's the thing. Anymore, our history, like your ancestors and the Civil War and the Revolutionary War, is being taken out of history books.
Yeah, well, they took West Virginia history completely out of the whole curriculum
Really?
in the state. Yeah, yeah. So I actually get a lot of calls usually the week of West Virginia Day to do presentations and stuff at schools. So they don't like to come out to the museum. They like me going to the school and doing a presentation, and then they'll have me there all day long, and swap grades out every hour, which is great and awesome. But it doesn't help the home place either.
No.
So it doesn't bring any exposure there, but I mean, it does educate the kids, which is great, and I'm happy to do it. But I'd love for them to visit the actual site.
Yeah, that would be. It's like, and I don't mean it's like here I've got Tombstone,
Yeah,
and the kids don't. They don't. The school there is there, but no other schools take them to show them Tombstone. That's part of Arizona history, just like
yep,
in West Virginia days. That's part of your history,
yep,
and you would.
yep.
And I know it's too violent. Who cares? That's our history. Learn from it.
It is history. Actually, I was worried about that because my logo, of course, has crossed guns in it, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't sell a lot of T-shirts for kids, unfortunately, because they can't wear it in schools.
Well, I mean,
So
so does
I've
mine.
been Yeah, yeah. So I've been racking my brain trying to come up with a logo that doesn't incorporate guns for kids to be able to wear the shirts to school or what have you. So more people will buy them as souvenirs, but to help fund the property. But I even talked with the schools, like when I come to do these presentations, how what verbiage should I be using? I literally had to change my whole presentation, to be able to present it in schools.
Right. And the thing is the violence is part of our history. These kids need
It
to learn
is.
about it so they don't repeat it.
Yep, that's exactly the message I preach when I go there. Actually, if you forget about that history, you're doomed to repeat it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we get and usually the kids love it though. They go nuts over it, and they're usually very um, what's the word? Very interactive when I'm educating them presentation
Mm-hmm.
on the feud. They're very interactive and asking lots of questions and whatnot. So it's really cool to see that the kids are even into it, even locally. But yeah, I'd love for them to come to the actual home place.
Yeah, that would be. I'm surprised. Well, and you can't bring a pride and joy either.
No, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know.
I think it would bring more money in if they were able to come to your land and actually see it all.
Yeah, that's where I've tried to do it. Not only that too is we can apply for grants like on their behalf, and it helps. What money isn't used, can help fund the property repairs and such. But I've had a hard time getting them to bring the kids out. I guess maybe with risk or things anymore. I don't know, but it's really hard to get them to actually come on property.
That could. Well, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
Safety risks and stuff.
Yeah, the thing is
Yeah.
though is most of the dangerous stuff is behind glass.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. Well, yeah, there for sure.
I mean,
Because
at
try
least
to
two I
protect
know
it.
for sure.
Yeah, I trying to protect everything. But yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to get them to come out, but they do not like to bring the kids out at all. I don't know why. They
This
don't.
like Jansen,
That's
they're trying to
crazy.
erase the violence of slavery from history, and you do that,
They are.
and that actually, um, like Jack said, it's doing the repeat itself.
Yep. I mean, we
Mm.
kind of had a repeat of it during the coal mine wars. That
Yeah,
was indentured servitude, as they call it now. I mean, I pretty much called it, New Age slavery, but
yeah,
that's what they did to the coal miners, during the coal mine wars. It's the whole reason why we even have our labor laws today of the
yep,
coal mine wars that followed the Hatfield-McCoy feud. So it's crazy, but you definitely repeat it if you don't remember what happened
yes,
eventually.
and you can still see the holes today in Matewan.
Yeah, that's really cool to even be able to go there and touch the bullets still in the
Mm-hmm.
brick and everything is really cool. I like Mayone. There's a great museum over there as well, dedicated to the coal mine wars.
Yeah,
Mm,
I seen that with Leo.
Yeah, yeah. So
He
it's a
walked through
great
it.
museum as well. We actually did an event at Old Tucson out there.
Oh, did you?
hmm And we were talking with Tombstone, and that's when COVID happened.
Yeah. Well, get back with them and get a hold of me. I'll be there. Video
Yeah,
camera in hand.
I have a great friend that lives out there.
Okay.
Yeah, she's trying to think of where it's. I can't remember the town she's in exactly. She's got a big farm out there. See if I have her. I don't have her address in here, so I don't know what town she's in.
Let's see.
All you gotta do, she's in Maricopa.
Okay. Yeah, it's about 2 hours for me.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, she drove a bit to get to Old Tucson when we were there. And we
Two.
did Old Tucson right before they closed it down, which I think now it's reopened back up.
It is.
But yeah, we had done it right before it closed down. And they had some of my books and everything in there for sale. And they sent me the books back. And I was like, what's going on? And that's when I found that they had closed down.
Yeah, it closed down for
That
COVID.
I hated that because that place is awesome. I haven't been to Tombstone yet. I hear it's awesome
Mhm.
too, but I haven't been to Tombstone yet.
Oh,
But we were
Tombstone is.
talking with them about going out there.
The thing is, Jack, is I mean, you got the regular Tombstone where the school is and all the hotels and stuff, but there's one hotel there that you can get your room. You can come out your door, so you can turn to the left, come out your door, walk to the fence, walk through the fence, make another left, go down about 100 foot. You're standing on the wooden sidewalk.
Oh, that's crazy.
And you
That's
walk through
awesome.
that, and then it's like you step back 150 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, some of the
That'd be
same
cool.
buildings
That'd
are
be
still
cool.
there. Different names except for a couple others. Two that's the same name. One still two of them still have the original bars in them.
Oh wow. That's
So
crazy. It's crazy to think that this stuff still standing today, still existing.
yeah.
150 years.
Well, the funny thing is it burnt down twice.
See, that's what happened with Devil Anse's house. It burned down in the 1930s.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. You and Leo both, I think, said that you guys think it was insurance reasons.
Yes.
Insurance fraud.
It was insurance fraud. He got into a lot of trouble. I don't know if you saw the other video Leo and I had done about the gambling room casino little thing he had. Trying to get the name of it right now.
That
The
one
Blue
where you guys
Goose
went to
Saloon.
that junkyard?
Yeah, it was called the Blue Goose Saloon.
Yeah.
And he owned the Blue Goose, and he got to a lot of financial trouble, and in partnership with a guy named Don Chafin. And Don Chafin and him both were sheriffs of Logan County and all this stuff. And they ended up getting into a shootout with the feds. And so he rolled on Don Chafin, I think. And so Don Chafin tried to kill him. And at the same time, the feds were trying to, I think, come after Don Chafin. So it became a big old mess. And he was in a lot of financial trouble over that. So after that's when he burned the house down, trying to recover something financially. So I went ahead and cleaned his tombstone anyway, but I didn't want to, but I did anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he burned it down in 1932.
But yeah, let's see, something else.
Then got
That's
found guilty
crazy.
for insurance fraud.
Oh, they find him guilty for it? Okay.
Yep. He went to jail
Still
over
get no
it.
money.
Well, I think they gave him the money, but then they found him guilty for fraud, and then he went to jail for fraud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at
What do
some
you
of this.
think Deb Lance would say today if he was alive today?
I think he would be shocked that his name is still echoed 150 years later.
Yeah.
And, and I think he'd get a kick out of it, honestly. I think he would.
I know he was
I have a question.
Go ahead, Jen.
Go ahead.
No, go
No,
ahead.
you go first.
You got a question? Go ahead. I was just
I was just I kind of add on to that one. To add like to what you had just asked about how with the live if he was living, what would he say? With the devil ants, like what do you think what would you say to him, or what would you ask him at a dinner table?
If I was at a dinner table?
If you were able to. If you were sitting at the dinner table, what would you ask him?
What the hell
I'd
happened?
ask him what the hell happened. I'd be like, what the fuck happened?
It's like, wait a minute, you were so rich. Where's my money?
Tennis squandered it all
Right.
away. What happened there? Yeah, that was Tennis's fault.
Oh, that was
So,
Tennis's fault?
his youngest kids, Tennis, Willis, they were born even after the feud, and after he was wealthy. So they were born with a golden spoon in their mouth back then, and they got in a lot of trouble. and he was always cleaning up after them for years after the feud. Some people, there's a theory out there that the feud never even existed, that he was just cleaning up after his kids every time. I don't know, but there's a lot of theories out there. But we know certain events happened for sure, so we can't dispute that. We have legal court documents of them, and some of them aren't even public.
The Paw Paw Tree incident is one of them.
Yeah, we've got depositions from all that stuff. There's all kinds of things out there. Like I said, that it isn't even public, but we know that for a fact that they happen, for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
There's still the truck documents and all the depositions and everything else from that, and all the witnesses and everything. So yeah.
Yeah. Reading some of their comments.
Yeah. My friend Magic, she's always said that she wanted to start a Old West town.
Yeah, that was kind of what I wanted to do. Just a Hatfield McCoy themed one, at the home place.
You get some money rolling in from Pigeon Forge.
That's the hope, that the one I would build here would actually help fund, the home place back home and grow that, and create more jobs, and try to help the economy there, because it's suffering really, really bad there. Really bad.
So what's the hold up on Pigeon Forge?
The guy I was partnering with, very wishy-washy, and it's
one of those people. Gotcha.
1 week we're going forward, the next week we're waiting for a minute, and next week we're going forward. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I got everything here. I've got everything ready. Like, I've spent all winter creating all the, the display boards. There's like about 60 different storyboards with photos that would, 24 by 36. Some of them was 48 by 36, that would go on the wall to tell the story as you walk through, the feud. Kind of like a timeline. You would walk through like a timeline of the feud going through the museum. And I was going to put it like you're like in the Tug River, So the first one you start out, the first room is what life's like in the Tug Valley during the Civil War. So you're learning about all the homes burning and famine going on, and all these things, and all the men are out and the women are trying to keep the homesteads going, and then soldiers are coming in and doing things they shouldn't, and burning the homes and the crops and helping themselves to things that are unspeakable. So that's kind of like the first rooms. You're learning, setting the stage, so to speak, for what it's like in the area at the time, and how high the tensions are, and death is something that's very common there every single day.
Oh yeah. Whether it's starvation or getting killed by an animal or getting shot by another person or whatever.
Yeah, constantly, Did it being head of the family and his loyalty. Yep, you're right on that one, Jam. And actually, there's in one of I republished 2 books this year. The first one's called An American Vendetta that I did, and it's a republish of a book that was actually the first story ever told about the feud and published about the feud. And the book actually is more about the guy's travels to interview Devil Anse, because he's a reporter from New York, and what his impressions of the area are like during that time. And it's quite entertaining. But when you get to his interview with Devil Anse, that is actually what Devil Anse talks about, is that he's defending his family and and his children. And if they weren't after him and his family and his children, there would be no feud. There would be no fighting. There would be no death. But even the author even talks about a story where he's at a was it a bar or something? I don't know there. And Cap comes in and draws his gun and shoots a guy, and the guy shoots at Cap at the same time. And the guy actually shoots Cap, and Cap did not die. So the reporter asked Devil Anse, why did you not, shoot and kill that guy? He's like, well, 1, Cap had it coming, and 2, Cap didn't die. Now, had he killed my son, it'd be a different story. But he just clipped him with a bullet, so it's different, So Yeah, he actually says that during the interview to the reporter. So, you are right. He was just doing a lot of cleanup. He was protecting his family, protecting the name, protecting his land and his business interest, you know. So he was a man of honor, whether people like it or not. He was a man of honor and had his principles. And if you did not kill his children but taught him a lesson, that's fine. But you kill his kid,
Hey, you got
watch out.
problems.
Yep, you got problems coming. So yeah, but it's quite interesting. The other book I published is more about the actual feud itself, and it was a book that was published originally in 1931, and the copyright just expired on it to where I could republish it. But it's actually the first story ever told of the feud, and then it actually goes on into the coal mine wars and talks about
Okay.
that after the fact. So it's called The Devil's Brigade. It's a pretty good book too.
Is that on your website?
Yeah, you can go on Amazon too and order them either
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Yeah, or on the website, and they'll mail them from the gift shop either way.
Okay.
Yep.
So I don't know, Deadlands, like you said, was protecting his own, protecting his family, his property, everything. How mean was Cap?
Cap was very mean. Cap was very feared, not only in the feud, but even locally in the community. There's stories out there that Cap even threatened the engineers of the train to let him rob them. If not, he would kill their family and all this stuff. So there's all kinds of stories out there, but no doubt Cap was definitely looking for trouble everywhere he went. He ended up becoming a supposed attorney. There's controversy over that too, over everything. But he became an attorney, teaching himself law, and he represented people, and he learned the law for sure. No doubt
That's
about
the
it.
one thing I do kind of find funny. That a
I know,
Hatfield
right?
is in law enforcement in Sid,
Mm-hmm.
and two, one of the meanest ones from the feud is an attorney.
Yep. Yep. And then, we had a lot of family members who were politicians and sheriffs, governor of West Virginia. You had Henry Drury Hatfield, one of Devlin's nephews. He was governor of West Virginia and senator. And you had Tennis even was sheriff of Logan County.
Yeah.
And Joe, his brother Joe, was also sheriff of Logan County as well.
And oh shoot, his brother's name, the one that got killed at the election day. Can't think of his name right now.
Ellison.
He was just was he kind of innocent, or
Ellison? Yeah, he was.
got
He
caught
was
up in
trying
everything?
to. Yeah, he was trying to kind of stop the fight, and that's why that one was so horrible. Is you had three of Randall McCoy's sons, half of Ellison's age, at that, and three of his sons, jumped him and took him down and killed him, stabbed him 27 times, shot him once, and in broad daylight in front of hundreds of spectators at the election festival. So it was pretty clear that they were guilty,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why Devilance held that firing squad and executed them, because they were guilty, and he knew that if he let them go to Kentucky, they would never face charges,
No, they
so
wouldn't.
he created a legal nightmare, tied them up on the pawpaw trees on the Kentucky side of the creek or river, and then shot across from the West Virginia side, standing on the West Virginia side. So the Logan Wildcats carried out the execution. And the Logan Wildcats, again, the local militia, were recognized by the governor as law and order in the area for quite a while.
Right.
So, they saw it as the Logan Wildcats were standing on West Virginia land, carrying out legal orders, and Kentucky saw it as outlaws shooting across the river, killing McCoys. So it was a legal nightmare, being on both sides of the Tug River.
Mm.
It's crazy. So it went all the way up to the Supreme Court. Well, that case didn't, but the one with Cotton Top did. And,
Yeah.
that's how we had extradition expanded in our country was a Supreme Court case. It was Mahon v. Justice. Mahon were employees. It was two Mahon brothers that took it all the way to the Supreme Court. And they were actually released about 16 years later, I think it was, by the next governor who went in and pardoned them. So, but they hung Cotton Top because he had confessed to killing Alifair McCoy during the invasion of the McCoy home.
Oh, the New Year's Eve?
Yeah, the New Year's Eve event, burning down the homestead, trying to get Randall. And he supposedly he shot Alifair when she ran out.
But wasn't he, I don't want to say this, but wasn't he a little slow?
There's theories on that too. There's theories on everything, but most people say yes, that he was not all there, which led to his confession and, him trying to make the family proud, saying, I killed a McCoy. But, there are some theories that was just a defense he used to try to get insanity versus murder.
Well, Jam's got a good question about Cotton Top.
Elias Hatfield's son, Cotton Top. There's a lot of conflicts about whether he had development delays or not. Yeah, what does the family say? I really don't know. I've heard both sides of the coin, that he used it as a ploy to get insanity versus the death penalty. And then I've heard that he really was slow. But I mean, if you look at him, his photo, he clearly had white hair, kind of, albino features. So, it's hard to tell, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah. And from the photos I've seen that he did, and from the photos to the movie, they're pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they did a pretty good job on a lot of things with the miniseries, but they just had some inaccuracies and some things that they left out. That I mean, it could have went on for 10 more hours if they'd done it right.
So yeah, that's another question. How did you take the miniseries? Was it a good, from what you know from your family? Was it a good rendition of it?
I've had to watch it over and over several times because I try to keep remembering what's wrong and what's right in it. And the more I learn, I learn more too every day. There's so much to this. I mean, you're talking 30 years of legal battles and feuding between, two families full of, people. So, there's new things that pop up every single day. But, they probably got it about 70-80% accurate. But there's a lot that they left out. They left out the whole Supreme Court piece. They left out the peace treaty part. Just there's so many things that they left out. Even during, like I told you, they combined Judge Wall and Preacher Ant. They combined those into one character.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that they did to try to, I guess, save time. But I wish they'd have done a little better portrayal of it. They even showed Asa as a bar fight, and it had didn't even show it having anything to do with the Civil War.
Yeah, well, from what I can see, it kind of did, but it kind of didn't. He was in a bar, and Jim Vance shot him because he was wearing a Union uniform.
Yeah, but that's not really the story. Yeah, but yes, they allude to it was over the Civil War, but they don't go into detail, and they kind of twisted the story. But that's Hollywood, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Mm. I'm actually going to jump off of here. I'm getting in a time crunch.
All right,
Um,
Jack. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, bud.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
hope
Thank you
I
for
was
coming
able to.
on.
No problem. Hope I was able to give you guys some clarity and answers, and
Oh,
you know,
I just wanted
Very
you to
much
come in
so.
just to talk. I knew,
I learned a lot.
I knew some of it, you know, from doing research on
yeah,
my own. But I just wanted you to come in and tell your story and
yeah.
be my very first podcast guest.
Well, you guys will have to. I appreciate it, and I'm honored for sure. And you guys will have to come
We'll
and check
definitely
out
have
the
to have
new
you
museum and
back.
everything when we get them running.
Oh yeah, when I get on the east
Most
side,
definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Most
when
What
I'm
was it you
able,
definitely.
said,
I'll
Jen? I
take a
missed you.
vacation out that way.
Yeah, come
I
on
said
when
I'll
down,
I'm
check
take a
it
here,
out.
vacation out that way.
Awesome. Come on. All right, you
I
guys.
could use
Good
one,
to meet
so
bye,
you.
yeah.
Jack. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Yeah, bye, Jack.
You
Thanks for
too.
coming
Bye,
on.
guys. Take care.
Bye bye.
You too.
All right, guys. What'd you think about that one?
I think it went pretty good. I really
Oh,
like Jack. Jack's cool. We'll have
Jack
to.
is cool.
Well, also, I think I don't know if anyone heard me, but I said we'll have to have him on again at some point in
At
the
some point,
future. We'll have to have
maybe
him on again.
maybe do an early
I
one.
like him. Yeah,
Maybe do an early one. He can walk through the museum.
that'd be cool. That would be really cool. I learned a lot from him. I really, really did. I just sat here listening. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well, see,
typed in to ask a couple questions, but
that's why I knew that if I did the questions, I knew what would happen. You know what I mean? I can lead him
yeah,
into stuff
yeah,
because of what I
right,
know
right. And
about
you did
you
awesome doing
also.
it. Right, more about it than I did. So you did awesome.
Jam, I don't
I
know.
know. Where
I
did
don't
the
know
time
where our
go?
time goes, Jam. I really don't.
We were on for an hour with him.
Yeah.
It didn't even feel like it.
Uh-uh.
And that was a great hour. There was really no downtime. There wasn't really any nothing.
Yeah.
There was no crickets, no nothing. It was,
I mean, I didn't
he
even get
even
through
read the chat.
I just asked one question, and that was it from what I wrote down or printed out.
I know, and it went in all down from there. It
Which I
started with
knew,
that one question, and then he told us everything.
right, and I knew that question would do it. Actually, I knew the two questions would do it.
Right.
The one about the hog trial and his story and everything. I knew those two questions would actually get it going.
Right.
For those new just coming in, you have to check out the replay on mine and Jen's YouTube channels. Very interesting interview with Jack Hatfield.
Probably
Really
Jam.
Really Jam.
100% Jam.
All right. I need to go have a cigarette and get a soda. So, hey, Chucky.
I will hold the chat down until you get outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn on here in a minute.
Okay. So hi Chucky, hi Jam, Magic. I saw Mr. and Mrs. Huffs, and also hi to Cowboy. I thank you all for coming in tonight. But definitely the ones that just came in, like Chucky and Cowboy, please watch the replay. Let us know how it went or what you thought of it. It'd be wonderful. Because I think it went pretty good. And I learned a lot. I don't know about you guys who were in the chat, but I learned quite a bit tonight. So how was everybody's hump day? Oh,
No, I'm here.
I'm gonna mute for one quick second and run to the ladies' room.
If you're using retinol by itself, because you're only serum, go ahead and put that retinol on, follow it by your favorite
Oh, shit.
and then for daytime, your favorite recipes.
Actually, Jen, the original homestead is not still there. The property is. The homestead got burnt down in 1930, like you said.
Today is going to be the day that we fire that brand new fire. Something's wrong if we don't. Are you good? Morning.
Jen, you still there?
Thank you, Simply Safe, for sponsoring today's video. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Oh, no.
Coats and gloves kind of thing. It's like this cold. We've got 3 trucks full of order and a grain cart sitting right out there. So we've got all 4,500 bushels or so to run up into the wet bin. Once we got everything working there, we make.
Can anybody hear me?
Sorry, I thought you heard me tell you I was leaving. You were on
No?
and you said I'm back. You said good, I'm leaving you. Quick second.
I thought I was messing up.
Sorry.
Oh.
I thought the White House he was showing was their house. No, he said they're
No.
trying to rebuild the old house.
Well, that's going to take some money, but no, the house he was showing was the original house. It was Deb Lance's house, that first big one. But that got burnt down in 31 or 32, whatever. I can't remember exactly what he said. But when he was showing the moat and all that, the one by the well is actually his house.
So did he have to build the house to live there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So in
Actually,
order
I
for
think
Jack to move
his
there,
aunt built. I can't remember if he built it or his aunt built it.
okay. Okay.
And yes, Magic guys, I seen your picture. I'll send it over to him.
Okay. Oh, she sent you a picture.
Yeah,
Yes, I
send a picture of the
suggest
kids
anybody who came in. Oh, okay.
for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
For
Oh, she made
his
a
teacher.
logo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But yes,
I'll
anybody who just coming into our chats, please definitely do the rewatch.
yes, and please go over and sub his. Give him some love and show him how. Show him how Redneck Mafia can show him love. So go over and give him a sub.
Hi, Chris. Can you post his link in chat so I grab it?
I can when I get
And when you go back in the house.
Yeah. When I go back in the house, I'll do it. Because that way I can just
Or
pull
if
it
you
off.
tell me what it's under, I can look it up. Is it under his normal name?
No, I'll have to look it up because I can't
I'll
remember. I
just
think
wait.
it's
I'll
Hatfield
wait.
McCoy. I think it's Hatfield McCoy Museum. I'm not positive. So that or Foundation, I can't
Okay.
remember. But yeah, and also to go along with that, go over and give Hillbilly Files a sub too, because he does a lot of stuff with Hatfield and McCoy's and Matewan and around that area. He's really knowledgeable too.
Billy what?
Hillbilly Files. He's really knowledgeable too about
Hillbilly.
the Hatfield and McCoy's and the stuff that happened in Matewan and the coal mine wars in Matewan and the Matewan
Is
massacre
it?
and everything else like that. Is what me and Jack was talking about Matewan with the bullets still being in the in the walls of the buildings.
Yeah.
That was from the Matewan massacre.
Okay. So here's one. I'm guessing. I'm gonna think it's this one. It's an older guy. It looks like he has a female in the picture. And it says the Hillbilly File legend location,
Yeah, that's
legends
it.
and
That's him.
location.
That's him.
Okay. Because in his description, he has something to do with. It says we're based in West Virginia, Kentucky, in the Hatfield and McCoy Trail and historical areas. We
Yep.
explore the historical sites.
Yep.
Okay.
And he also does, which is kind of cool. Him and his wife do. They they find like lost family members.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, Jen, there is, and that one that Jen just put in there. That's actually one of the really good ones too on the Hatfield and McCoy stuff. Him and his friend went there and did metal detecting. That's what I forgot to ask him. Give him a little bit of a joke about the coins they found. The coins they found.
Oh yeah.
Some people say that they planted the coins in there and put, 150-year-old coins in there and dug it and put it in the ground and put the dirt in it and all this other stuff.
That's funny.
So everybody like the background?
The background, I like it. I like that flag.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back in. And no, I'm not going to be like Dennis and leave my phone on when I go in. I'm making
You
I'm
sure
thinking
about that?
about that.
You don't really know what.
Yep.
We're gonna go with anything, but
See, I told you.
Ooh, you went lower in there. Your voice went lower.
Mm-hmm. Once in a while it does. But yeah, that was a really good hour. I enjoyed that.
I did too.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. Which talking to Jack is like talking honestly, the way I feel about it, because the way he is,
Yeah.
he's like talking to a friend,
Yeah, he is.
and it's just the way his personality is, and that's why I kind of want to do this with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really glad he came in. That was good. Oh yeah, what you want me to do? see. That's not it.
So what's everybody been up to this week? Anybody have any fun or do anything fun today on Hump Day? I know I didn't. I had a very long day. A long day of traveling around.
That's not done.
Crickets.
Okay.
So what does everybody want to talk about tonight? The rest of the half hour we have left. Well, a little over a half hour. Did everyone disappear from us?
No, I'm doing something right now.
Okay.
That right there is his. That's Jack's YouTube.
Okay. I'm gonna go get that right now.
Yeah, Jam, I seen that, hon. I was making a joke about the ChatGPT.
You chained it up before chat. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
You're awesome, Jam.
I just didn't want all the crazy stuff to start coming in, Jen. That's why I was saying that the other day. The craziness we have come in this chat.
I know.
I wanted to be nice and professional. And I think it was pretty professional.
And I think we did pretty well.
So tomorrow I'll download this and send it over to Jack.
Prayers, Chris. I hope everything goes well on Monday.
So
yeah, I think that
what
went
did
very well.
everybody
I like
think?
doing that. I think this would be a good thing to do on Wednesdays. Now he's gone. Penis, fuck, shit, motherfucker. I love you. Fucking Jam. I love you. Oh, my
when I seen it, I just started laughing. That's the only thing you can do.
What? I hear aliens? No, Sir Leighton, the alien sleeping. The Sir Lightning is laying in bed sleeping.
Ooh wee. Oh, Jam. Oh Lord, Jam.
Only Jam.
You know what?
Leave it up to Jam.
You know what?
What?
I have something here. Hold on. Hold, please. Hold, please. Check Discord, Miss Jam. Let's get our fun-loving Jam up again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, number one, I think it went well.
I did too.
I had an absolute blast.
Mm-hmm. I did too. Listening to him. Oh, no. We're not taking the bra off and running around with scissors. Not happening.
Okay. Half that we can. The other half we can't.
Run around with the bra on, but no scissors.
Right. But Miss Jam, check Discord, please. Please and thank you.
No.
But yes, I had a good time. That was fun. Really interesting. And very informative, too.
Yes, very.
I mean, I knew some of the people in here didn't really know about it that well.
Yeah.
Other than like me doing research that I've been doing.
Right, right. I did some research on it and read up on it a little bit. That is very true. If she runs with scissors and falls, she'll go poof.
No. If she runs with scissors and
She'll
falls,
explode
she's
her
going to go
boobs.
splat.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
But Jam and her ChatGPT are on non-speaking terms.
I like that one. I like what Magic made.
Oh, she's going to you too?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, that's I do like that Magic. That's really cute.
It really is. It really is very, very cute.
Well, right. So you take your bra, but don't run with scissors.
Mine are expensive. Oh, my Aunta. Mine aren't. I don't see the point in buying expensive ones. Because, nobody sees them anyways.
But some people have to because of a few things. Size, summer.
Uh-huh.
All right, Jam. I thought I sent you
She's
down
not
for you
going
to
to
come
come
up
on
a little
tonight.
bit.
Maybe another night.
Well, I thought I'd give this half hour a big old boost in having our Jam on.
I know, right?
And again, Jam said it earlier. Where'd the time go?
It did. It flew
like
by, especially the hour and a half went by quick. Yeah, it went by quick.
Well, just an hour went by fast.
I mean, it goes by quick on all of us, but with him on, it went by mad quick. It went by really, really quick. Went by way too quick. Way, way, way too quick.
And that's what I'm talking about, Jim. There's reasons why they go, they go expensive on undergarments.
Uh-huh. Because everyone's made differently.
Mm-hmm. And on that particular thing that Jam just said, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Professionalism is off now. The switch, I turned the switch on. The minute Jack left, switch went off. While I'm thinking about it, let's see. But curiosity killed the cat.
Uh-oh.
Nope, not that many yet. All right. Well, that's fine, Jam. I have no problem with that. I mean, I bought my ex-girlfriend a pair of silk pajamas for Christmas because I wanted to. Good, cowboy. I'm glad, buddy. I am so glad. Well, you'll have to go watch the first hour of it, cowboy.
I think I was on mute by accident. I don't even think Cowboy heard me. Are you still in Mexico, Cowboy?
Yeah, most likely.
Handling, not heading. Fucking Jim.
Oh, Lord. Been a great night, though.
Sorry, Cowboy. I was just asking if you still were in Mexico. Uh, I know one thing, hot tea the last couple days at night has been tasting so good and making my throat so much better.
My bad.
I think after all the medicine they gave me today, I'm feeling a little better.
Good. That bad tonight, Jam?
That's not good, Jam. What are you squirreling on?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is what she's squirreling on.
You are still okay. Now, did you move down there permanently, or are you coming back up here, up to the states? I think Redneck's squirreling too.
I am.
Who you talking to on the side?
Nobody. Wow, scrolling is bad tonight.
Yeah, yeah, very. Okay. Yeah, Jim. All righty.
Pretty much.
You are crazy, girl. I love when she squirreled.
Uh-huh.
Mm. Okay. Oh, because what do you want, like on a work visa? Hi, George.
Hey, George, what's up, buddy? How you doing, brother? Enough of that.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully you can learn the language and you'll be fine. But you have to come back here every 120 days, which sucks. How are you today, George?
What are you up to, George? Anything
You
good?
missed our first half. Definitely go back and watch the replay, George.
Yeah, definitely watch the first hour, George. Nice, George. I'll have to do some clips and
Awesome.
put them places.
Yeah, what'd you write on? What'd you like put on them though on the coasters? Like, what did you draw on them, or just write something on them?
No, he does laser.
What'd you do with them? Well, I know he does lasering them, but like, does he laser in like words or pictures or
Whatever the customer wants.
you know?
Whatever the customer wants.
Oh, okay.
He's like me. Whatever the customer wants, customer gets.
I learned Spanish, but
Really, Jam?
yeah, I was just gonna say, really, Jam. Oh, okay, that's cool, George. That's awesome.
You know the delay seemed pretty good tonight.
It did. It wasn't bad at all. Not bad at all. I think it was pretty decent.
I'm gonna throw these out. I think off the cup is better anyway.
Yeah.
I think off a cup was better.
Yeah, it was. Very much so.
Good,
Agreed.
Jam. Good. As long as you laughed it off, we're good. And didn't try anything.
That was very good. He laughed it off. I can definitely agree on that.
But yeah, I think there was something wrong with that old printer because I put new ink in there and those things came out perfect.
Yeah. Hmm. So it's definitely the old printer.
It had to be.
But now you have to
I mean,
replace more ink, right?
I just bought some, but I was gonna
So,
get
but
the
in the
other one.
long run, is it going to be cheaper?
See, I don't know. For all 4 cartridges is $67,
Mm,
and that's for all
okay.
4.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God, Jam. Only you, darling. Only you. So, but like I said, for the 4-pack, it's $67.
Right.
And if I can only do one at a time and have to go buy more ink, think about that. If I got to spend $67 6 times. Let's see.
So you're doing it. Hold on. $67 times 7, right?
That's $432.
About $469 actually.
It's $198.
If
If I
you
go to
print it
Staples.
out.
No, if I go to Staples.
Oh, so you're cheap. Your best bet is to go to Staples and print it all out. If you're going to pay over $400 to buy ink to print all this, you can go to Staples and have them print it out for you.
I'm
All
thinking about
7
that, Jam.
copies.
6 copies.
It'd be cheaper.
6 copies. I need 6.
Yeah, 6 copies. If it's only gonna be over a little over $100, that's a lot cheaper than over 400.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look into that, Jam. Yeah.
I never even knew you could do that, Jam.
Yeah, there's a place that does that. I need to see. I need to find a place that'll do that.
Yeah, George even said he ended up buying black ink, and said he has refill my printer a bunch of times.
Yeah, I gotta wait for the money to actually get that printer. That's the printer I want. I just buy the ink.
Oh, okay.
I just buy the ink
It's a
and put the ink
refillable
in
as
it.
you go in.
But I need
Okay.
to look in to see.
Is that cheaper?
Yeah. Because those ink bottles last a while.
Okay.
But I mean, this is the most I've ever printed in. Most of them had a printer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've got enough pictures or stuff in there to just make what I have. Yeah, I know. I'm well, see, that's kind of what I'm looking into is a laser printer.
I like what he just said.
Yeah, I can
Drill
do
a
that
small
too.
hole in it.
Yep.
And then just put ink in it and put tape over it. Mm-hmm. Good idea. That could definitely work.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But guys, this redneck's wore the hell out.
Redneck's tired. So you want to cut it?
He's not going to bed.
Well,
He
I
just
mean,
wore
almost
out.
there anyways. He
Like I
just
said, he's
wore
not
out and wants
tired.
to
He
go
just
chit
wore
chat
out.
people.
No, I just want to sit and relax and watch television.
Okay. Amazon sells the home refill kits too. Just search for your printer model and ink, and it'll match you up.
Yeah, I gotta look into something.
Yeah, it is just a sponge in the cartridge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
Good
Jen,
night.
walk it off.
All right. Thank you for being a great co-host, Redneck. Thank you for tonight. It was great having Jack on. Again, if Jack, you're listening, thank you for being on tonight. I really, really enjoyed it. And then chat, thank you for all being here tonight. Thank you for joining us and thank you for all your good questions. With that said, Jen's leaving on gate 42. Good night, sweet dreams. May the angels watch over you all tonight. Please stay happy, humble, and safe. See you tomorrow.
Lady Jen leaving on gate 42. Jen Thunder to gate 42. Anyway, guys, Jen, thanks for coming on being a co-host. It's always great as always. And Jack, like Jen said, if you're listening, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. It was fun. It was really fun. It was cool, informative. And Jam, there's stamina. I'm just wore out. I had a lot to do today to get this thing ready. Chad, you've been awesome. Thanks for the good questions. Thanks for being in here. Thanks for being cool. Thanks for being with all of us. That being said, be good to each other. Love one another. Later, y'all.